3 goals, 1 massive comeback, and absolutely no Messi on the pitch. How on earth did Inter Miami turn the tides against Pumas UNAM in what might be their most dramatic game yet? This wasn't just a football match. It was a survival test, a statement of identity, and a blueprint for how MLS teams can thrive under pressure. The game started with high tension, the stands packed with hopeful fans expecting magic even in Messi's absence. The league's Cup group stage had never felt so urgent. This game was crucial for Miami's progression, and without their Argentine magician, all eyes turned to the rest of the squad. What followed was a narrative twist that no one expected. With Messi out due to a reported hamstring injury, the atmosphere felt different. Tense, unsure, yet still electric. Fans saw him on the sidelines, not in uniform but still emotionally invested. He cheered, gestured, and lived each play as if he were out there. But on the pitch, someone had to step up. That responsibility fell to Inter Miami's veterans and newcomers alike. The first major blow came from Pumas. Jorge Ruvalcaba, quick and clinical, capitalized on a defensive lapse and slotted the ball past the Miami keeper in the 34th minute. Suddenly, Miami was trailing at home, and the mood turned from hopeful to desperate. Without Messi, the team had to rediscover who they were. But just before halftime, the unexpected happened. Luis Suárez, often criticized for being past his prime, found space on the edge of the box and threaded a perfect ball to Rodrigo De Paul. What came next was pure finesse. De Paul controlled it with his chest, let it drop, and fired it low into the corner. His first goal for the club couldn't have come at a better moment. The crowd exploded. It wasn't just an equalizer, it was a revival, a statement. The narrative was now shifting. Miami had belief. Halftime arrived with a score at 1-1. In the locker room, you could imagine the conversation. No Messi, but still a mission. Second half began, and Miami came out blazing. They looked like a different team, pressing harder, passing quicker, playing with urgency and fire. Then came a critical moment. Pumas were caught defending deep, and a handball in the box changed everything. Ref pointed to the spot. The stadium held its breath. Luis Suárez stepped up. Could he break his goal drought? The veteran striker hadn't scored in 9 games and faced enormous pressure. But instead of power, he chose style, a cheeky panenka, chipping it down the middle as a keeper dove. 2-1, redemption achieved. The roar from the fans said it all. But Miami wasn't done. In the 69th minute, Suarez once again played the role of provider. Spotting Tadeo Allende making a run, he slid a low cross through traffic. Allende, calm under pressure, tucked it into the net for a 3-1 lead. The comeback was complete, but the story was still unfolding. Each goal was more than a score. It was a message. Miami didn't just survive without Messi. They thrived. What made this performance even more remarkable was how tactically organized Miami looked. Head coach Javier Mascherano made key adjustments, shifting De Paul into a more offensive role, tightening the backline, and relying on wingbacks to stretch the field. This wasn't a fluke. It was a carefully constructed response to adversity. If you're enjoying this breakdown so far, don't forget to like the video, drop a comment with your MVP of the match, share it with your fellow football fans, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss another deep dive into the sport you love. Now back to the pitch. Despite not playing, Messi remained emotionally involved throughout. Cameras often cut to him in the stands, grinning, shouting, waving. He wasn't just a spectator. His leadership extended beyond the field. His presence alone seemed to lift the squad, like a general leading from the back lines. The fans, meanwhile, fed off that energy. Every goal, every tackle, every save. They lived it all with double the emotion. What makes this match so significant isn't just the scoreline. It's what it represented. Inter Miami showed depth, resilience, and tactical maturity. They became the first MLS team to qualify for the quarterfinals in this year's League's Cup with 8 points, topping their group despite early setbacks. Let's also talk about Luis Suárez. This was his match, a statement game. Not only did he score and assist twice, but he also worked tirelessly in the final third. His movement created space for others, and his vision led to critical chances. This was vintage Suarez. The doubters were silenced, at least for now. And Rodrigo De Paul? He finally looked like the midfield commander fans hoped he would be. His goal was just one part of a complete performance. Ball distribution, smart pressing, and excellent communication. He was everywhere, constantly linking defense to attack. Allende's goal might not have been the flashiest, but it represented something special. Miami's growing confidence in its younger talents. And let's not overlook the coaching staff. Mascherano made courageous choices, benching tired legs, switching formations mid-game, and trusting players who hadn't seen much playing time. It paid off in spades. His in-game management has elevated the squad in Messi's absence and proven that this team is more than a one-man show. Off the field, fans around the U.S. are starting to believe. What started as a Messi-centered phenomenon is slowly evolving into full-blown club support. Miami is no longer just a Messi show. It's a real contender with players ready to shine in their own right. Looking forward, the next stage won't be easy. Depending on other group outcomes, Inter Miami could face formidable opponents like Tigers, UANL, or Pachuca in the quarterfinals. But if this match taught us anything, it's that this team knows how to fight. And when Messi returns, they'll be even more dangerous. Right now, this squad has belief, rhythm, and momentum. And perhaps, most importantly, they know how to win without relying on one player. That makes them scary good. Fan reactions after the game were electric. Social media lit up with clips of Suarez's penalty, De Paul's celebration, and Messi clapping from the stands. Analysts praised the balance Miami displayed, attacking flair, defensive control, and emotional grit. This match will be remembered as a defining moment for Inter Miami's 2025 campaign. From a shaky start to a convincing win, they've shown they belong. They've grown from a collection of stars into a real team. This match was not just a game. It was an evolution. And whether you were cheering for Miami or watching from across the U.S., this was a moment worth remembering. Keep watching. The story of Inter Miami is just getting started.